anyway, your PE sixth form experience of teaching and stuff, and then mine of a specific teacher that hated my guts. I'm not gonna give him the time or space to even shout him out like that. You know who you are. Everyone who did psychology, sociology, or was
any of the ologies,
any ology or law, or sat on the top floor of high school of Highfields.
You know what it is.
You know who this stupid batty wipe
dirty batty
man is. He, oh my gosh. Okay, let's think of a story. Right, so. Anyway, so I don't know. There's a plethora of stories that I could go to because he's just a waste man. So I'm sitting in sociology now. We're talking about globalization, global development, the transnational railway. That's not what I'm.
Are you talking about slavery?
Yeah, yeah, that was a part of it. But we're talking about colonization and neo-colonialism and stuff like that. Obviously, can you not? I'm talking about serious current issues.
Don't be late, stay hydrated.
Anyway, so yeah, we're talking about neo-colonialism and stuff like that. By we, I'm talking about the person. He. Him there. And obviously, because I'm the only black female in this classroom, the whole lesson, the whole 90 minutes is directed at me. Classic, black girl problems. And so I'm sitting there just chilling, like, he's obviously trying to get my attention, and he's talking about, so, where are you from? Yeah. And I'm like, Wolverhampton. It's like, where are you actually? Where's your family from? I'm like, the Caribbean. It's like, oh, yeah, yeah. So I'm like, okay. Yeah. So now he's like, yeah, whatever. Bear in mind, there's another dude. You know who you are. Just Jaden. He's Afro-Caribbean as well. So I'm like, I'm not the only minority that is affected by slavery anyway. The rest of the class is Indian, Asian, you know what I mean? They also dealt with slavery in
multicultural class.
Yeah.
You are picked.
Yeah. So I'm like, how, who, what, where, and why are you directing this whole lesson to me? I don't know. But then he was like, oh, what kind of cultural food do you eat? I'm like, spaghetti bolognese. I don't know what you want me to say.
You picked those on purpose.
I was like,
keep it English.
What do you want me to say? Oh yeah, fish and chips.
Have you got any chips?
Have you got any chips? Chips, beans, toast.
Ram,
I eat, roast potatoes, turkey. He was like, no. I'm like, what do you want me to say? I was like, do you want me to say, like, plantain? Do you want me to say jerk chicken? Yeah. He was like, yeah. I was like, oh, goodness sake, all right. He was like, do you know why Afro-Caribbeans has chicken as, like, their, one of their staples within their meals? I'm like, oh, I don't know. Tell me. I'm so lost about my own culture. I don't know. I need you to be this white savior in my life.
Come on, Prince Charming.
Oh my gosh. And he was like, oh wow, because I don't even know if this is true. He was like, obviously slaves had only access to the chicken, the bad parts of chicken or whatever. And so sorry, what was that? Oh, goodness sake.
We'll be back after this break.
Low battery level. Oh. 20 minutes.
Oh, blood. We didn't even clap it up.
We'll live.
Nah, that's going to be long.
It hurts.
Yeah.
Can I take out your phone? What time? We'll do like 20 minutes.
Yeah. We were at 1 hour 20 anyway.
Oh my word. I'm not even finished.
I know. This is the type of energy, 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 type of energy. Oh yeah, let me plug some of my stuff.
Yeah.
I am here now. I do this. Amen.
Okay.
So yeah, we're here,
Yes.
chilling, drug dealing. Don't do drugs, kids. Life right now is good though. Like being active and things like that, getting that exercise game up, it helps. Mental health wise.
I was really comfortable.
Yeah.
Now I've lost.
The
Anyway.
comfortability.
3, 2, 1.
I'll take it from yours.
Anyway, so where was I?
Him and the slavery.
Oh yes, chicken and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You were saying, why do you
Only
think?
access to the bad parts.
Yeah, of bad parts of chicken. I'm like,
Now who gets the bad parts of these bars and these monies? Shut up, Karen.
just chatting was. Shh, no one asked you. Honestly, that's such a Karen thing to do. No one asked. You're not part of this conversation. Anyway, it's about me. Anyway, shh, it's okay. Put it back. It's fine.
You best watch yourself, Karen. You know.
So obviously, I'm sitting there like, I don't know what you want. Do you want me to nod my head? And at this point, this is like the start of sixth form, and so I'm like, what's going on? Oh. So obviously I'm like, I don't know what the dynamic's gonna be. I don't want to be like, I don't know.
The
I don't want to.
staple of slavery, basically.
Huh?
the
You
poster.
weren't listening. You can't just. That's not where I was.
Sorry. Karen distracted me. It's right.
Yeah. So
Sorry.
obviously I was. Not obviously. I shouldn't have. I should have had more confidence in myself at the time. But at the time, I was like, I don't know how the dynamic's going to work. I don't know whether I'm going to box him in the face and I'm going to get, killed. So I'll just sit here and nod until I get out of the classroom and then complain to every other teacher in the school. But so he was like, chicken and stuff like that. So I'm like, yeah. I was like, what's your last name? I'm like, Campbell. It's on the register. I know you know, so don't wait asking me stupid questions. He's like, yeah, that's probably your slave owner's name. And I was like,
That was a choppy neck.
Jeffrey.
okay, thanks, sir. So, yeah, okay, and moving on. He's like, and then that was the whole lesson, him just going back and forth, trying to tell me things about my culture. And he was like, I don't understand. And at the time, so that was like the first, like, not one of the first, like the first experience of where I was like, this man's moving bad. He's acting like I don't know of my own existence and why I'm alive and stuff like this. I'm going to tell one more story and then we can move on.
Okay.
One more story of this man. So, a couple of weeks on now, I've learnt the dynamic. I'm like, I don't care about your life. I will give you a stank eye. I will not listen to you. I'll leave the classroom because he just chats was. So I'm sitting in a psychology lesson now, and he's giving us this definitions test. So I'm like, okay. I'm looking around the class. Everyone's just writing down was because he hasn't taught us any of what's on this test. I'm like, okay, everyone's chatting was on the test. So I'm not going to fill it in because I don't know what I'm on about. Test finished now. I give it to another girl. She sits closer to the teacher, the man. And so he now looks down to see what paper she's marking. And he's like, here's papers, Dad. And she was like, Kayla. And I'm like, oh, goodness sake. So he looks up at me and was like, what have you done? I was like, what? What now? So now, he doesn't say anything. Goes to the end of the lesson. I'm like, I just want to go home. He's like, Kayla, can you stay behind? What? What do you want? Why? Who? I just roll my eyes at him. I'm like, what could you possibly say to me at this point in time? Okay. And he's like, oh, can you close the door and sit next to me? I haven't described this man. This man is six foot something.
5.
He's huge. He plays rugby.
He's a tall built rugby white male, basically.
Yeah. And I'm a 5'5".
He has no neck as well. He has no neck and he has crinkles. He has, the crinkled crisps. Crinkled crisps by McCoy's, the real McCoy's crisps. His head top looks like that.
Yeah. Great description. So, by nature, he's quite an intimidating man. Just by how big he is. I'm quite small. I could kill him if I had to, you know what I mean? But I don't want to be put in that position. So I'm like,
You don't
okay.
condone violence. She's innocent.
No. So I was like, close the door. He pulls up a chair next to him. I'm like, what? Why on earth do I have to sit so close to this man? So I sit down now. And he's like, Kayla, this attitude that you're having. Attitude where, when, who, what, where, and why. At this point, I will have, I'll just say what I feel. Because he doesn't act like the way he acts to me, to any other person in the classroom. So I'm like, why? Okay, attitude, go on. He's like, you've just got a bad attitude. You don't take me seriously. You don't la 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 la. Black girls this. La 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 la. You're anti-school you're like the stereotypical anti-school subculture, using all this sociological words about subcultures within schools and stuff like this. I'm like, I'm not stupid. I know what you're talking about. Can you just get to the point? So he's like, I'm going to have to call your parents and talk about how you talk to me and respect me and how you act around other students, because it goes on to them and stuff like this. So I'm like, okay. At this point, I'm not looking at him. I'm looking straight forward. I'm not making eye contact. I'm just like, so I can leave. Because this is after school. I'm not, why am I after? It's sixth form. I want to go home. Leave the classroom now. He then complains to Pycroft. Pycroft goes to call my parents, meeting, whatever. That's the end of that era. That's all I'm going to go for now. So, yeah.
And there was no progress after.
No. He didn't even go to the meeting that he asked for with my mom. Bear in mind, my mom is black. That's what I'm going to say. So for a teacher to call my parent in, for them not to tell her anything. They didn't say anything to mom,
Mom was just there chilling.
Yeah. They didn't say anything of substance. They were just like, and she was like,
Nothing,
okay.
Yeah.
What?
Nothing mum ain't had before.
And obviously, because I would tell mum before.
Yeah.
I'll tell mum everything, because I'll be like, he's moving mad to me and he's going to say that I'm disrespectful in this. When in reality, he's the one aiming a whole lesson about slavery onto me. He's the one saying that I'm disrespectful. He's the one doing all this. I'm literally just trying to do my work. And if I don't go to his lessons, that's because he's annoying and he doesn't teach. So, yeah. That's the change.
And that is Kayla'S sixth form experience.
That's not even it.
That's 2 examples.
Wait, can I just have one? Blessed, I'm going to call her Corbett.
I don't remember the name.
Corbett, year 11, not year 11, year 12, because I was.
Oh, that woman.
Yes. Fury.
A few people can back you up with this.
It's because she's a Karen. It's like you've got nothing else to do with your time.
Karen!
Because
I forgot Mum and Dad are sleeping. Sorry.
yeah. So in the high school bit of Highfields, you had to wear uniform. So then sixth form, we transitioned to wear whatever you want. It's meant to be business casual, right? We've got this do's, don'ts, what to wear, whatever. First week, I don't really look at it. I'm wearing suits and stuff like that, just average clothes. And then one of the times I'm wearing this, it's not even this like off the shoulder shirt. I've got a blazer. If you saw the outfit, you'd be like, it's a suit. It's
a nice outfit.
Yeah. So then I'm sitting doing my work. I can see her out my peripherals. She's standing looking at me. I'm like, what does Karen want now? She comes walking up to me and is like, Kayla. I'm like, yes. It's like, you can't wear that. And he's like, says who? I was like, the school rules. And I'm like, let me just I do the, 1 second. Go onto my laptop, go onto the school website, go onto the sixth form section, go onto the do's and don'ts schools. I'm like, sorry, Karen. I love myself sometimes. I was like, Karen, it's not here. What you're saying is not here. You're not telling me anything of substance right now. You're just sad that you don't look as nice as me. I'm so sorry. You just don't look as nice as me. And you're sad and you're salty and you're weak and you're sad. So move. And she was like, she won't listen to me. Runs off to the head of sixth form. Honestly, she's, oh my gosh, she won't listen. Runs off to Pycroft. Obviously, Pycroft doesn't actually care.
Now, I did actually not rate him, but he was just there in it.
He just gets forced to do it because of the Karens in the school, like Parker, who would complain about sixth form, and it's annoying because it's women just being like irritating, like, it's distracting to the boys. Sorry. If my clavicle is distracting you, there's something wrong with you. I don't understand. It's a clavicle. Anyway. And that happened in like lower school where we would wear skirts, and then one of the male janitors would tell us like, oh, your skirt is suggestive. Why are you looking? You pervert. I'm literally 4 years old. My skirt is at my ankles about suggestive. Anyway. So yeah, she would be like, "Oh, Kayla'S doesn't listen to me."
Take down the patriarchy.
It's actually stupid. Oh wow, that's a whole different conversation about dress codes. Because the girls' dress code would be down the arm, and the males would be like, "Don't wear sliders, don't wear designer."
I did.
It's because of you, probably.
Oh yeah, 100%. I came in school in sliders for sixth form.
And then,
most of the days,
like another strippy one, be like, don't wear designer belts.
Okay, don't look.
It's like a belt.
Don't look like money. You broke.
And it like, and to be honest, for the men, they would just be like, wear a suit. So it's like,
yeah, there's nothing else we can wear.
And then for us, like, don't do that, don't do that. Don't wear a jumper. You can't wear your clavicle. You can't have a... Because one time
don't wear your skeleton.
Don't open your eyes. Don't breathe. Don't speak. Get in the kitchen. That's basically what they were telling me. Truly. And then another time, I'm going on the last one. Right, you can cut this down if you want to.
Yeah, this is your segment.
Okay. Right. Walking into school, I've got a dress you've seen the dress before. I don't wear it anymore because it doesn't fit anymore. But it's a high-necked one, cap sleeve skirt. I'm wearing capped. Okay, let me backtrack. It's black. I've got a blazer over it. It is high neck, cap sleeves, velvet down to my knees, and I'm wearing thick 12 what was it? I don't know what the scale of tight thickness is, but it's dark because it's winter, because I'm cold, and I'm wearing my little slip-on shoes because I have to walk to school. So I just want comfortable, light. Walking into school, chilling. My man, waste man, psychology, crinkle head is behind me. I clock in, I'm like, oh, goodness sake. Walking up to school, I'm going into, I think, history. Sit down in history. Couple minutes later, I hear, Karen calls me out of the classroom. It's like, Kayla, we've had a complaint about the height of your skirt. I think it's a bit inappropriate. And I'm like, okay, who's said this? Because I've walked straight into the classroom, because for sixth form, you don't have to go to
Form.
You don't have to go to form or do well, you have to go to assembly, but you don't really have to. You don't have to. It's not the end of the world. So I go straight into school, straight to lessons. So I'm like, who's seen me and had the time to complain about the length of my skirt? I'm like, crinkle head, probably. He just doesn't like me. She's like, well, you don't do it again. Next day, I see, what's her name? Katie. Shout out Katie. You probably not listen to this. The daughter of Waste Woman. She's wearing the same dress as me. Peach coloured. So it looks like a skin because she's peach. She's not even peach. She's like salmon. She's salmon, right? Salmonella. So she's walking around. I'm like, I walk up to her and I'm like, have you had any complaints or like teachers talking about the dress or anything? Because I've got the same dress. So like, no. People have just been complimenting it. And then she was like, oh yeah, Corbett complimented it. I'm like, huh? So she's just being a bitter waste woman, really, isn't she? Oh, okay, I know how it is now. Because Karen's walking around with the Karen haircut. She's walking around like that with the highlights, with the boot cut.
The highlights that aren't her hair colour.
It's like, what? She's just bitter, and that's what I learned. And if you're going into a space like that, just realise it's because you're too fly, and they're bitter, and they want to be you. But anyway, that's it of my rant about sixth form.
All of these haters will try and hold you down, call you back.
Honestly,
stop your swag, insult you, bring higher powers to you, and shun you. You know what? Firm it for that short period of time, because there's many years after it you can swag out, stand up, make your money.
Money. Money.
Make your money.
Make your coin. Make your bag.
Don't look at them again, because they will be watching you for the rest of your life.
Honestly,
probably.
They're gonna die soon. I'm so sorry, but they're old, innit?
It is.
They're old and bitter because they don't look like me. Period.
What it is.
So yeah.
So that was a schooling episode.